Hello, and welcome back to Factorio. We have gone from nothing really to do to a whole lot to do. First thing here, I was just listening to some podcasts and figured I might as well just do the rather monotonous placement of all these things. So we now have, this is what, 48 times 10? We have like, I don't know, doing math, times 100 or something. Yeah, 48 times 10 times 100 times 1,000. So you have like 48,000 steel just backed up here now, which should be good. That should let us get some things. There is absolutely no way that our factory can support this, but it does let me, grab it when I need it, and when we start using it for things, it'll sort itself back out. All right, so today I want to do oil. Before we do that, though, let's look at what stuff we've received. Based on my online tracker, I'm pretty sure we can do science now, which means we went from not having anything to do, well, I mean setting up oil, to having a whole ton of stuff to do all at once. So yeah, here's our rail chain signal. We needed those. That was one of our missing ingredients, and the other, I don't remember which. It might have been red or green. Probably green, I want to say. We'll check that in a moment. But yeah, so we got our logic network set up. Electric furnace, beacon, oh boy. Landmines, explosive rockets, exoskeletons. Okay, that's kind of fun. Laser turrets. Can we even make batteries? We can now. Here we got lubricant and batteries. And we also got another science tier. So, yeah, okay, it was green wire. We have the ability to make all of this. So my goal for today is going to be to get green science set up. That's going to be probably two parts, though. I'm going to do one part, which is going to be oil, and then we're going to do a second part, which will be the green science. And then there's this. Do we have the ability to do this? At a glance, I think we do, actually, because we had landmines. That was new. Okay. I need explosives. Okay, so no, we can't do black science or military science, whatever you want to call it, because I can't make explosives because I don't have sulfur processing. Okay. Anyway. But we do have the ability to do trains and stuff, so as I start doing things, I'm going to probably need a lot more iron for everything. Speaking of iron being used for things, I just set this up off camera because I figured whatever. It's just pipes. I also placed a bunch of radar, including one down by oil. And that's where we are headed, so I don't think there's anything else I needed to do. Actually, before we do that, let's just quickly get some piercing ammo crafting. We got regular ammo, which is just iron, and then this is copper, steel, and regular. And this is 3 seconds each, so 1 firearm to 3 piercing rounds is the ratio. Let's just set it up here, because this is an awkward area that I'm not going to be using for anything else, probably, at this point. I don't need that many. Iron. Hmm. We'll do that, because I have 3 ingredients here. I'm out of underground belts. Speaking of which, we still don't have fast belts. Okay. I don't know that I need a whole lot more belts, but we'll grab a few. Inventory's looking full. Quite a lot of wood. That's right, the oil down here was completely covered in trees. That's why I prepped that as well, because I figured watching me chop that wouldn't be the most interesting thing ever. Wow. I'm good at this game. I just needed more iron. There we go. This shouldn't be that. This should be copper. Or steel. One or the other. Which means that actually we don't need to do this at all. Because what we're actually going to do is that. There we go. Guess I was off by one, but that's fine. Alright, and that should be everything that we need here. Let's do 4 stacks of piercing ammo. Bit overkill, probably, but... it'll just be good to have. So Factory can do that. We're now using steel for something. The other thing that we needed steel for was pump jacks. Oh, we also need stone bricks if we're doing a refinery. Okay, let's actually look at my blueprint and see how many of things we need. I am just going to be... see, oil, I have its own section. This thing, I don't remember how much of this is original and how much I've taken from other people. I know the ratio is something that other people calculated. But I did put this together and it kind of works. This was years ago that I made this one. So I'm looking at the totals here. I need 19 of the chemical plants, 8 refineries, and 8 steel drums. Okay, well... do I not have steel drums? Come on, I have fluid handling, don't I? Only on trains. Oh. Oh no. Well, we're gonna have to be creative. I just assumed I had access to fluid tanks. Okay, well, 19 and 8. So I can do 10, 15. I can get 19 of those. 8 of these is 80 stone brick. Do I have stone on here? I don't actually have stone set up at all. And I'm gonna need stone and stone brick eventually. Do I just create another smelter array of stone? That is excessive and overkill. I mean, this is probably overkill, but... for some reason I care about it being lined up. I don't actually have any stone on me though, do I? And here I thought I had done a lot of prep off camera for a bunch of things, and it turns out I had missed basically everything that mattered. Well, I mean, I did some things, but steel... having the steel back up is gonna be pretty helpful. I was expecting the oil to go really fast once I actually got around to doing it. And, silly me. Okay, so this is set up. I'm just waiting for the furnaces. And do I have a fourth? I do have a fourth. Okay, so this is where we start getting super awkward. Because normally, I would have this going up here, but it's going to start running into other things. Do I need... I don't need stone for either of those. You know what? Maybe we just won't do anything with this then. We'll just do, we'll just do this for now. We'll hook that up later when we actually need it. I think that's right. Yeah. My design doesn't quite work because I put that in the wrong spot. Oh well. So I have these lines coming across. That should be enough stone for now. These aren't connected. Okay, we have stone. And I need to wait for this to get my stone bricks, because I do need a bunch of that before I can go do oil. Well, on the right side, I guess, we should have a bunch of ammo piled up at this point. I'm never going to use this ammo again. So let's just stick it in here, cycle it. Clean up some inventory stuff, I suppose. There we go. How long does stone brick take to craft? 3.2. Okay. This obviously won't do. I think it was 80. Yes, 8 of those. Okay. I also don't have any fast belt, but I don't need it for this design, I don't think. Medium power poles. I don't have those either, do I? No, okay, well. The design doesn't quite work, but we will do what we can with it. Still missing a lot of things. But now that we have piercing rounds, our damage is significantly increased. It's 8 base instead of what? Okay, I mean, I guess the bigger impact you see on that is that armor is additive instead of multiplicative, which means that if something has 2 armor, we go from doing 3 damage to doing 6 damage. I don't remember how much armor a nest has. Let's go quickly look at that. Because I do remember piercing rounds. 3 more damage doesn't sound like a lot, but then it adds up super fast when you're dealing with when you're actually dealing with stuff that has armor. Now, how many of these have we got? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13 or so. Good job, me. Didn't bring enough resources to make all the pump jacks. There's always something. Physical resistance 2. But yeah, you can see that's going down way faster. Oh, medium biter. The world has evolved. Getting some tougher enemies now. It's a good thing that our weapon technology has evolved with it. That's just gonna do its thing, and I think it's copper, actually. Okay, I was gonna say iron, because it's always iron, but no, it's copper. Alright, so oil. Let's see. Put the inputs towards the actual oil here, and actually maybe if we do it on this way, it might fit better. Hold down shift so that we can place it over trees. And we're just gonna do this. Be careful not to hold too hard. I think I can destroy my blueprint if I'm too reckless with this, unless they changed how that works. Like if you're just doing a drag across instead of doing it individually. Okay. And we'll just get rid of a couple more here. Give myself some more space to work with. That's probably good. Okay. I don't think these need to be medium power pools. I think that's just what I was doing because it was more convenient at the time. Right, I don't actually have a good oil recipe yet either. I just got the basic one. Which only takes the one input. Okay. Well, what we're doing here is we're trying to interweave a bunch of different inputs and outputs. Which is why we're setting this up the way that we are. Because your fluid pipes cannot mix. They must remain as separate entities, which means there's all sorts of weird things you can do as far as placing pipes in various places. Or rather, all sorts of restrictions. And this is why we pre-build pipes, because these undergrounds are a stupid amount of iron. It just takes forever to manually build them. Sure why I'm doing what I'm doing there, but okay. Um, is it just because I can walk through it? But why would I want to walk through that? Well, you'll regret it later. Oh, okay, well that's why that was like that. I guess it doesn't matter if this one's different, but I don't think this one matters though. This just seems pointless to me. Anyway, we'll do the straight pipes first. It's just going to be... Right, the problem is I have two pipelines adjacent to each other. That's why this has to be an underground, because it can't. If I do a straight line here, it'll just connect to the petroleum gas, and it's going to be heavy oil. This feels weirdly like looking at my own code and trying to figure out what I was doing. Alright. You should have gone up to here. Now we will connect the petroleum gas across. There, all the petroleum gas is now connected. Hmm. I'm kind of thinking about, like, do I want to try to have, like, a train fluid wagon in here somewhere so that I can store a bunch of oil? The thing is, this is all temporary because ultimately I'm going to get the better oil recipe, and then instead of only producing petroleum gas, I'll be doing light and heavy oil as well. So we'll just do this one next. And this design is tileable, so I could have it go further if I really wanted to. By which I mean, if this was 8 of these wasn't enough, I could stick another 8 on either end of it. And it should still work. Alright, I do have these done. And I have lubricant recipe, so let's just do that. These are going to be oil cracking. I don't have that recipe yet. Yeah, so as you can see, this is heavy oil input. Like that. I think this line is water. And this is where light oil is supposed to go. Right, I don't have... Can I make electric pumps? Probably not. It requires engine anyway. Hoping to get this set up, but I guess we've got a ways to go still. Okay, this is light oil fracking. Which we don't have access to yet either. That's where the other end of this one goes. Hmm. It's going to be slightly awkward because I can't actually do all of the things that I want to be doing here. This connects where? I wonder if these were supposed to be lined up. We'll worry about that once we have the ability to actually do something with this. This still works fine. Yeah, I'm just doing this before, so it wouldn't be using wood. But that just means I need to put more of them. Okay. We do have power already in the area. That's nice. It's for the pump, which does require... it does require electricity, funnily enough. Okay, that's connected, but because these are all short, still need one more. Let's just do that. Okay. So the problem here is that this is supposed to be turning light oil into solid fuel, but I don't have light oil. Oh, I don't need this to be there. It's awkward. We're just gonna hook all these up. It's kind of pointless. Let's just do that. That's connected. These are connected. Those are connected. Okay, all the oil that I have here is connected, so this should work. Now we just need to get power to it. I think we have oil. Now, we want oil coming in on this line, huh? Well, that's easy enough to set up. We have oil. Producing petroleum gas. And for the moment, we don't have these. So let's just do a very obviously fake... That'll be very obvious to me later, hopefully, that I don't want it here. And this, we want petroleum gas. This is going into a pipe, though. So we want this stuff. Okay, let's finish this first. Yeah, it's just the 6 of them that have outputs. Okay. Speaking of outputs, let's actually get the things on there. So actually it'd be better to connect it from that side then. That'd be way easier than what I'm doing here. So this whole thing is connected anyway. Yeah, so they've backed up because there's no more room for petroleum gas because I don't have storage. What a disaster this ended up being. There we go. And now, producing solid fuel. This goes all the way down here just because if this is tiled, then this matches up. But I don't plan on making a second one of these. Let's actually just remove this. There we go. Solid fuel. And still want to get these hooked up, but I guess I can do that later. Ones I missed. Here, just put some turrets like this. Put more ammo there because I think they'll be coming this way. Walls yet. But we have a nice choke point. I was actually hoping that this was just going to be water. I'd have a little peninsula for my oil, but no such luck. Oh. Alright, so we have oil set up, kind of. That took longer than I was expecting for various reasons. I guess we're really gonna belt this all the way back to the base. Because I'm gonna need science here for green science. And green science does require a fluid input, the petroleum gas, which means that I can't just recycle the same layout that I used for red science. Not that I was going to anyway, because I did want to experiment. And then this one, we're up to 8 components, one of which is steam. So that's the one that's going to be really hard to set up. Because I can't just do 4 lines of belt, I need to do 3 belts. I need to do 4 belts and a pipe, whereas this is just going to be 3 belts and a pipe. And it would be nice just to start having fluids available. So I guess part of what this is, I usually get it off at the other end because that's where pipes are, or where the tanks are. Okay, I had a feeling. It was going to be a little bit long. Perfect spacing. Okay, let's actually just move over a little bit, avoid these trees. Probably should have been closer to the power anyway, this whole way. Okay. So, off camera, I will belt the solid fuel up here. And then I guess next time we will... I'll also probably add more pump jacks, not that we need the oil right now. And then next time, I guess we can do green science up here somewhere. So actually, I'll probably also just clear a bunch of forest off camera as well. And then more green science. I will see you then.